Back on the field again and see the big crowds and just be on the field again.
Well, you know what? 20 years later, it's great to be with the guys. We had a great time last night and today, and also a neat experience to be able to walk into this new stadium. A little different than being at Rosenblatt Stadium, but most important is being around the guys. You forget over the years all the good times that we had, and this team stayed very close together. And it's a special bunch that was led by Jim Hendry. And you look at the guys where they're at now. The success these guys are having, not only on the baseball field, family-wise and in life. It was a special group and we had a great time.
Dahmer, what was it like, Jack, of course, being recruited by Jim, coming from the Chicago area, coming onto the student-athlete experience at Creighton, then meeting all the guys and watched as he coached and built his team up through 89, 90, 91, and to get to the big show? That was tremendous.
Yeah, you know what? I still remember Jim sitting in my living room talking about we're going to be the foundation for Creighton baseball. And, he was right. He said we're going to get it going. Ultimately, you might not play in the World Series, but this is going to definitely be the foundation. And I was fortunate enough that Jim hired me and kept me aboard. So I got a chance to see Jim from his first recruiting class to making it all the way to Omaha to what he's doing today. And also I had a unique experience of being able to senior when Stahoviak, Langer, Hinton, Freeland, and that crew was freshmen. So I got an opportunity to not only play with them but also coach them. And I'm very fortunate to be surrounded by people like that. But the job that Jim Hendry did, nobody thought it could be done. And every year he always started out by our dream is Omaha, and we're going to get there. Heck with everybody else, we're going to find a way to get it done. And you know what? He gets things done. He'll end up getting the Cubs a World Series, I guarantee you that. Been a Cubs fan for a long time, but Jim's a special guy with some very special players. You see Brian O'Connor out there. I was fortunate enough to hire Brian here as my first pitching coach here at Creighton, and you knew he was going to be something special. And looking at Stahoviak, Hinton, all those guys, a great bunch of guys.
So Brian knows you for the success, right?
No, absolutely not. You know what? Brian was one of those guys when he was playing, we knew he was going to be very, very successful at whatever he did, if it was in business, if it was, in baseball. And I was fortunate when I got the head coaching job, the first phone call I made was to Brian. He was playing pro ball at the time. And, it's tough to walk away from professional baseball, but Brian knew what he wanted to do. I was fortunate to have him here for a year, and then he went to Notre Dame, of course, and then to Virginia. And, he's a very special guy. He's got a lot of qualities, just like Jim Hendry. He's got passion. He's a very personal guy, but he pushes his guys extremely hard, and that's something he learned from Jim. Jim didn't make it easy on you. He told us, he goes, hey, I'm not here to be your friend, but I'll tell you what, every day these guys respected what Jim did, and that's exactly what Brian Connors done in his career.
Ironically, his image is kind of front and center on that statue. I saw some Cal fans taking pictures in front of it today. I mean, how iconic has that thing become just with this stadium and the CWS?
Well, I've got it hanging in my office. It's one thing I talk about with my team at the University of Iowa is the Road to Omaha statue. And it is kind of funny that Brian's face is on the one. Of course, his dad knowing the guy that was doing the statue. But, that is, it's everybody talks about the Road to Omaha. And when you say Omaha, they think of the College World Series. And, I truly believe, and a lot of people might not talk about this, but I'm not sure if the World Series would be as big as it is right now if it wasn't for what happened in 1991, because it became a ticket that everybody had to have. And the things that Jim was able to do to help it take a big jump and help with the stadium at Rosenblatt, it's a team that will never be forgotten. That's what Jim said. We're going to make history, and no one's ever going to forget you in Omaha. And that's proved again here this weekend.
Does the memory of '91 keep getting sweeter with every year that passes?
You know what? I know how difficult it is. Being in college baseball for as long as I have and a head coach for 18 years, it is hard, and especially for a northern school to be able to do what Creighton University did. And the thing is, it was a process. It wasn't like Jim just came here and everyone wanted to come to Creighton University. It was an 8-year deal for him where he continued to work hard, and each year we got better and better. I still remember the steps that we took from beating Indiana State my sophomore year at Indiana State to going to Hawaii and beating Georgia Tech and Oklahoma State, finishing second in that tournament, to all of a sudden, battling for conference championships, to playing at Texas in the regional, to all of a sudden, when we played at Texas in the regional in 1990, we walked out of there and we knew that we had a chance to make the World Series next year. Then we caught some breaks. Mike Heathcock came back. Ryan Martindale came back after getting drafted, and everything fell into place. And the thing is when you talk about going to the World Series, it's easy not to work for it. our guys came back all summer, and they're very committed to ultimately making it to Omaha. And I think we really shocked the world with what we did. And it was fun to be a part of it, and it was a special, special group.